Good day and welcome. Welcome to the 2021 Franklin 8th Grade Awards Assembly. I'm Lucas Patajic, Principal. This year, we again bring this special day to you virtually, because why not? Seemingly everything we've done the past 449 days has been virtual. And yes, that's the actual number. Today we'll be honoring all Franklin students in all of the learning environments. So with that said, sit back, relax, and let's celebrate together an outstanding group of Franklin 8th graders. Welcome to the students watching here today in your classrooms, or those of you watching from home, in your bedroom, living room, dining room, kitchen, or wherever. Let me get the obvious out of the way. Has this been the longest year of your life, or what? March 13th, 2020 sticks in my head for obvious reasons. This was the last day when our traditional middle school model actually existed. Since then, we've been through multiple revisions of state, community, and school district guidelines and recommendations. Do you remember those learning packets? It seemed like every time progress was on the horizon, something else was thrown at us. The old saying, one step forward, two steps back, comes to mind. Don't even get me started on the derecho. Every year, I use this message to give my parting words to a group of students before heading off to their respective high schools. Often the themes are intended to instill reflection or solicit inspiration for your next 4 years. This year, I feel the ones providing the themes and those receiving them have been reversed. I stand here today as the one who is inspired. Why, you ask? The answers are simple, and let me take a little bit of time to explain. I loved my time in middle school, but I would rather not revisit my 13 or 14-year-old self. That ship has sailed. For starters, I don't use TikTok, and my dance moves demand an audience of 0. For me, my friendships with my peers and relationships with my teachers were everything. One can talk about all the side effects of the pandemic, but hands down, it's the inability for that human connection that's been the hardest one for me and possibly for some of you. So much of school goes beyond what you read in a book, what you solve in an equation, what you write in an essay, or what you say in a speech. The items you tend to remember most are the things that happened before school, during passing time at your lockers, at your table in the cafeteria, or participating or observing at an after-school activity or an event. Middle school is all about the social experiences you make and learn from. Unfortunately, we could not provide you these same experiences. Next, responsibility. The B in our Franklin Guidelines for Success is to be responsible with your words and your actions. Think about all you've had to be responsible for. This includes waking up and logging onto your classes when an easier decision could have been to sleep in or just watch TV. This also includes learning a new way to navigate your own learning, taking ownership of how to problem solve a bad connection, or helping your teachers while we're there learning right alongside you. Lastly, it's about making the best out of a less than ideal situation. Nothing about this year is anything we want to go through again. This year, your 8th grade class consisted of, give or take a few, 110 students learning in person here at the building, 64 students learning through the remote classrooms, and 33 students enrolled in the Cedar Rapids Virtual Academy. The goal of our district was to create choices for families, all the while keeping the student and staff's health and safety as the driving force for all decisions. We know that what's best for our health and safety doesn't necessarily align with what's best in learning. For you in-person learners, you probably never hope to hear the word cohort again in your life. Middle school took on a similar look to an elementary school in regards to its structure. However, I saw something I never thought I'd see due to these formations. The connections between groups of students you don't always see at this age. The biggest challenge in 6th and 8th grade is navigating your interactions with those around you. The cohort structure took on the look of a family. And just as the case in any family, you had celebrations, disagreements, tears, joy, and the occasional get away from me and just leave me alone type of moment. Those in your family, you've got to know really, really, really well. I guarantee when you're reminiscing at your 10, 20, or 50th class reunion, you'll talk about some of these exact experiences. With that said, I'm confident the skills you've learned in each of your environments will go beyond and prove to be just as beneficial, if not more, than those students that have come before you. For all those reasons, again, you inspire me. You inspire us. While we couldn't provide you with a traditional middle school experience, you're leaving this building with the necessary tools to do everything you want to do and more in the coming years. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Charlie Smith, and I teach an engineering technology class. I am honored today to recognize two outstanding students from this year's 8th grade class. This program is designed to give middle school students a general look at a variety of engineering fields, such as mechanical, environmental, electrical, and computer engineering, in the hopes to spark an interest in any field of engineering by having fun while learning. The two students I'm recognizing today have demonstrated great skill, excitement, and gone above and beyond all the various projects completed during the past 3 years, and I have no doubt they will be both find success in high school and beyond. The Engineering Technology Award is given to one male and one female student who have been in class all 3 years, displayed positive attitudes and always do their personal best, created quality work and worked well with others, and maybe most importantly, have an overall enthusiasm for class and engineering in general. Each of these recipients will receive an engraved plaque, and his or her name will also be engraved on the plaque, which is displayed in the showcase by the main office to commemorate this award. I wish these two and the rest of the 8th grade class the best of luck in high school and beyond. I would like to congratulate the following two students for being named the 2021 Engineering Technology Award winners: Isabel Sharp and Austin Speedle. Next, I would like to recognize the members of our robotics group. In the past year, Franklin Bots 8732 were given the challenge to design, build, program, and operate robots to compete in a head-to-head challenge in an alliance format with other middle and high schools in the surrounding areas. We were doing the challenge with a partner robotics group competing with 2 other robots. The next time we competed, we had a different partner, and our competition might be our partner from the last challenge. As the season progressed, we learned a lot about robotics, but mostly about ourselves as a person or as a member of our group. The following 8th graders demonstrated great leadership skills and will be greatly missed. The following students that need to be recognized: Austin Speedle for being a member 1 year, and Keenan Sullivan for being a member for 2 years.
Okay. Good morning. I am Deb Sabenga, the PAC coordinator at Franklin Middle School, and I will be awarding the PACT honors this morning. With all activities being taught virtually this year due to the COVID virus and the derecho in Cedar Rapids, it was a year that some thought our PACT year might not be everything it could be. However, in the words of the great poet Amanda Gorman, who spoke at the Biden inauguration, "For there is always light, if only we are brave enough to see it, if only we are brave enough to be it." So yes, the COVID virus and the derecho in Cedar Rapids caused the mock trial season to be delayed, but these circumstances did not affect the spirit or enthusiasm of the Franklin mock trial team, coached by myself and Scott Shoemaker, our attorney coach, all virtually. The case was the estate of Jack Wilson versus Barry Buck of the Love Shack Cafe. Once attorney and witness roles had been assigned, the team practiced strategies, objections, and scripts and advanced through the district level and onto the top 16 in the state competition. Once at state, the team kept improving and advancing, ultimately placing 3rd in the state middle school mock trial tournament. The following students were a part of this 3rd place state team: Geneva Ban, Cade Beck, Sophie Belts, Miriam Legge, Brian Lee, who was named an all-state attorney, AJ Miller, Vivian Tarvestead, and Abby Wilcox. Congratulations to all of the state placing mock trial team members. I hope you will choose to be involved in mock trial and other speech activities at the high school level. For National History Day this year, the theme was communication. All of our projects dealt with communication in some form or another. Again, we met virtually to do our research and presentations. The following students were involved in National History Day projects this year: Sophie Belts and Geneva Ban, group website; Lucas Burkhamper and AJ Miller, group website; Kepler Engelman, individual website; and Molly Owens, individual performance. Finally, Mr. Leek worked with our Optimist speakers virtually to prepare speeches about overcoming adversity in some way. The following 8th grade students participated this year: Cade Beck, Miriam Legge, and Molly Owens. Molly advanced to the finals and did an amazing job. Thanks to all of the 8th grade students for being brave enough to see it and brave enough to be it. I wish you all the best in your future academic endeavors at Kennedy or Washington high schools. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to recognize our student council members here at Franklin. Student Council at Franklin Middle School is an opportunity service-based organization. Student Council is an organization of members that petition for membership and then commit to the required level of leadership and involvement in the area of service. Students learn how to correctly conduct a business meeting, work on a committee, and make contacts and communicate with school and community organizations. Over time, these students have been involved. They may have participated in such activities as the following: Franklin Middle School Mix It Up Day, leadership conferences, bell ringing for the Salvation Army, Meals on Wheels, serving as hosts and ambassadors during the school year, and hosting our Japanese visitors as an annual event here at Franklin. Another activity has been our elementary blanket project, which we coordinated with a school in Iowa City. These activities have given them many opportunities to develop leadership skills. These will serve them well beyond their middle school years. This year, our Franklin Student Council tried its best to provide some services and some meetings. It proved to be an extremely hard task to get everyone to attend virtual meetings and then carry out the projects that we might have planned. Keeping students in cohorts made it difficult to do school-wide things when not all cohorts had representatives. The one thing that this year's group did well and was able to carry out was our Franklin Bolt Store. Without the assistance of the Franklin Student Council, it would have been impossible to provide students an opportunity to redeem their stamps each week. This idea was so great that we plan to utilize it next year, providing we can have a regular school year. I want to congratulate this year's 8th grade members. They are Isla Hamilton, Adeline Harmison, Lena Kell, Titi Malish, Catherine Drapo, Jabari Friend, Aiden Horn, Avery Keck, Vivian Tarvestead, Sydney Eisman, Addison Gibbs Becker, McKenna Knock, Elsa Hamilton, Ellie Ray, and Devin Earl. All of those students had participated in student council at some point during their middle school career. The next student is a very special individual because she has remained involved in student council during all 3 of her middle school years. This is difficult, least given how many directions our 8th grade students begin to be pulled, both academically and their involvement in extracurriculars. There are times when tough choices have to be made in order to stay involved. Those sometimes include hanging out with other friends or participating in a social gathering. This young woman has had to prioritize, plan, and organize her busy school days in order to make everything fit. There is no question that she would have run for a state office if we had held our state leadership conference this past year. It is a pure tribute to her ability to continue to be involved in the student council. I have enjoyed her commitment and work ethic for making it work. And at this time, I would like to honor Isla Hamilton.
Next is the Academic Challenger Award. This program started a few years ago when our students were able to enroll in classes at the high school. It has since evolved into algebra and earth science at the middle schools and world language and additional math courses at both Kennedy and Washington, all for high school credit. We realize that students and their families make the decision to take on such an endeavor during the last year of middle school. We want to thank you for taking on the challenge and the hard work that is required for these classes. You are all deserving of this recognition at this time. And to all of our students, go into high school with this intent, to academically challenge yourselves for the next 4 years. Good luck.
Ray Bradbury once said, "There are worse crimes than burning books. One of them is not reading them." This award is given in memory of a teacher who exemplified the love of reading. Carol Shogren was a beloved language arts teacher at Franklin Middle School. She was an avid reader who loved literature and writing.
This year, we want to recognize all of you for the challenges you accepted as readers and writers in these most unusual circumstances. There are individual students, however, who we all notice reading whenever there's an extra moment. They enthusiastically turn pages and talk about what they have been reading. These students select varied titles and authors, read different genres, share their favorites with their classmates, and draw parallels to real life.
For the Carol Shogren Award, we look for the students who consistently display a genuine love of reading because they recognize the truths about life that are revealed in stories. And so we are proud to announce the Carol Shogren Award winners are...
For our in-person learners, McKenna Knock and Vivian Tarvestead.
And for our remote learners, Molly Owens and Lily Thompson. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Welcome staff and teachers, parents, friends, and especially the students of Franklin Middle School. I am honored to be here as a representative of Kirkwood Community College, and my name is Allison Robinson. I am here to announce the 2021 Access Scholarship recipient. Kirkwood and the community of Cedar Rapids know that you are the future of Iowa, and we want to do what we can to ensure your success in school and in your future career. We thank our community for stepping forward to say, we believe in our future. An individual in our community set up the Access Scholarship as a way to make higher education possible for deserving students from each of the Cedar Rapids middle schools. The scholarship is designed to celebrate one student's achievement throughout middle school, and as well as to encourage that excellence through high school and into college. The Access Scholarship is an endowment, which means we will be here every year to announce the name of a new winner. The student selected for this scholarship has demonstrated excellent leadership ability, attendance, school habits, participation in activities, and citizenship. Only one student at each of the 6 middle schools in Cedar Rapids is chosen per year. The recipient will participate in activities throughout high school and will receive their scholarship after high school graduation and upon enrollment at Kirkwood in the fall semester of 2025. The Access Scholarship provides at least $6,000 towards tuition, fees, and books for a 2-year associate's degree at Kirkwood Community College. We would like to congratulate Calicia Jones on being selected for the 2021 Access Scholarship recipient from Franklin Middle School. Congratulations again.
It is my pleasure today to be able to honor some outstanding 8th grade students for their achievements in physical education and athletics. This year has presented some unusual circumstances that have changed the way that we've had to measure the physical and athletic achievements of these individuals. We will be recognizing students from both our in-person and virtual classrooms this school year. The Don Black and Evelyn Daughtry Awards are given each year to a female and male student of the 8th grade class that best exemplifies the characters so befitting of the individuals whose namesake they carry. Both individuals, Don Black and Evelyn Daughtry, former Franklin physical education teachers, both modeled a strong commitment to students and a professional excellence to physical education. For students to have been considered for these 2 awards, they needed to have met the following criteria. Exhibit an excellence in physical education, the qualities of leadership, team cooperation, and the willingness to go that extra mile are the characteristics that set today's award winners apart from the rest of the field. Display a strong work ethic to classroom academics. Make outstanding contributions to their respective athletic teams and teammates. This last criteria was not used this year because in some cases, these students did not have a chance to participate in any middle school sports due to the COVID outbreak. The names of students were considered for these 2 awards were nominated by the PE staff. The first award to be given will be the Don Black Award. The winner of the 2020-2021 Don Black Award are Wyatt Young and Evan Schmidt. Our next award to be given is the Evelyn Daughtry Award. The winners of the 2020-2021 Evelyn Daughtry are Jemiah Malone and Chloe Weir.
This year, Quota International of Cedar Rapids honored 2 8th grade students from each Cedar Rapids and Marion Middle School. The goal was to recognize students for showing leadership in actions or academics, improving behavior and attitude, assisting fellow students, and overcoming difficulties in a positive way. In replacement of an annual luncheon, these students were recognized with a plaque, gift card, and recent feature in the Cedar Rapids Gazette. Please join me in congratulating your classmates and Franklin's quota winners, Jabari Friend and Matthew Rotger.
Good morning. My name is Beth Davies, and I am one of the band directors here at Franklin Middle School. This morning, I'm going to present the 3-year Jazz Award and the Band Award. Jazz Band 1 is our audition-only jazz band here at Franklin. Out of our 250 band students, Jazz Band 1 is comprised of just 24 students. It's truly an honor to be part of this group, but a commitment as well. The 3-year Jazz Award is presented each year to those students who have been selected and participated in Jazz Band 1 all 3 years. Please help me congratulate Lucas Burkamper as our 3-year Jazz Award winner. And now for the Band Award. Band is about far more than playing an instrument. I know from personal experience that band can take you places you did not know were possible, allow you to achieve things of which you did not know you were capable, and form bonds with your teachers and classmates that will last a lifetime. The Band Award is given annually to 2 students who exemplify leadership in music, outstanding musicianship, a positive attitude, and participation in extracurricular music activities. This year's 8th grade band is full of talented and hardworking musicians, so it is always difficult to pick just 2 when there really are so many deserving of this award. 2 students stood out because they both possess those rare traits of true perseverance and dedication. They are not good players simply because they were blessed with the talent to pick up an instrument and just play well. They are good because they really work hard at it and push themselves every day to get better. Especially these last 2 years, it could have been so easy to quit. It could have been so easy to maybe not work as hard. And these two never did that. They showed up every day to our virtual band, which we all know is not as much fun as in-person band. They showed up with a great attitude. They played every day, and they kept working hard. They practiced even on days when maybe they didn't feel like it. They put in extra time and effort to polish solos and audition material. One of them even picked up a second instrument for jazz band and put in the work to become leaders of that group as well. They spent Saturdays participating in honor bands and all-city music contests, played to the best of their ability in every band rehearsal, and led their classmates through their positive examples. Day after day, these actions and positive attitudes spoke to their commitment and leadership. Over the last 3 years, I've had the privilege of watching these two mature as people and as musicians. They have made Franklin proud and me proud, and I'm really excited for what lies ahead for them in the Washington and Kennedy band programs. Please help me congratulate this year's Band Award recipients, Amelia Gilbert and Maddie Pearson.
The Choral Music Award goes out to 2 8th grade students who have participated in vocal music for all 3 years at Franklin Middle School. These students have shown exemplary leadership, positive attitude, quality work ethic, and of course, great talent and potential. The female recipient of this year's Choral Music Award has been incredibly involved in the choral music and theater departments at Franklin. Besides her obvious talent, she shows excellent leadership skills, positive rehearsal etiquette, and is always eager to accept any challenge or task. Her perseverance, positive attitude, and warm personality are a few of the many traits she obtains. I am certain this student will be very successful at the high school level, as well as years beyond. This year's female recipient of the Franklin Middle School Choral Music Award is Isla Hamilton. Congratulations, Isla. The male recipient for the Choral Music Award has also displayed great leadership and positive rehearsal etiquette. This student has great potential in vocal music, and I hope he continues to strengthen his talents at the high school level. Though he hasn't been involved with the show choir or theater programs, he has been a consistent leader in the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade choir at Franklin. One of the kindest students I have come across in the multiple years of teaching. He has always wanted to say thank you at the end of rehearsals and performances, and leads with great integrity. I'm proud to announce that Jedrick Muelling is this year's male recipient of the Franklin Middle School Choral Music Award. Congratulations, Jedrick.
The Orchestra Award is given to one or more students who demonstrate commitment to the orchestra program, dedication to excel at their instrument, and keeps a positive attitude. This year has had more challenges, and many students stepped up to meet it. Trying to pick just one student from this class became a difficult task as these students all brought their own strengths to the orchestra. This year, the Orchestra Award goes to 2 students who not only met the challenges they were faced with, but became strong leaders from it. Before the 2021 school year, these students participated in Metropolitan Honor Orchestra and Chamber Orchestra. These outside of the school day activities meant that they had to juggle scheduling and persevering to learn difficult material. This year, while the classroom has changed, the expectations of being a positive learner and not being afraid to try new things has not. This year's Orchestra Award is proudly given to Cade Beck and Kepler Engelman.
Hello, my name is Sean Baylor, and I am the Associate Principal at Franklin Middle School here in Cedar Rapids. Today, I will be awarding the Academic Growth Award. The Academic Growth Award is an award centered around a program that our district has adopted known as iReady. This award recognizes students for reaching their typical growth in iReady. Typical growth is the average growth of students at the same grade and performance level in the areas of reading and math. With this program, students take a diagnostic at the beginning, middle, and end of the year. The diagnostics provide information to the students on their performance levels, letting them know if they are proficient, above proficiency, or below proficiency in the areas of reading and math. The students, along with their teachers, set growth goals based on the information provided by the diagnostics. The student and teacher together monitor these goals throughout the school year, adjusting as needed to help the student meet the typical growth. Students are expected to devote a minimum of 45 minutes a week in reading and a minimum of 45 minutes a week in math to the program. With a lot of hard work and dedication, the following students accomplish their typical growth goal for the unique 2021 school year. And these students are: Let's congratulate these students for a job well done.
And at this time, we are going to do the Elizabeth Day Award. This is a perpetual award, and it is a memorial award. This award is given annually to an 8th grade student who, in the eyes of the Franklin staff, exhibits the characteristics modeled by this past staff member. It is a very prestigious award, and in just the last few years has been designated as an award to be given to a female student. The inscription on this award reads, Elizabeth Day was a staff member at Franklin Middle School, a lady kind, concerned, unselfish. She looked upon the good things of life as a gift to be shared. This award goes to an individual that exemplifies an all-around citizen. It is a student who is involved, works hard in the classroom, and most importantly, treats everyone with respect. Because this school year has been so different than any other, we have been given the opportunity to present 2 young ladies this award. We will recognize both an in-person individual and a virtual student. Both of these young ladies exemplify the qualities that Elizabeth Day lived by. The kindness and respect are on display each and every day. Their work ethic is solid no matter the task, Both make friends easily and encourage their classmates to do the same. It is my pleasure at this time to recognize the winners of the Elizabeth Day Award. They are Helen Cruz and Chloe Weir. Who was Patrick Kirimitros, for whom this award memorializes? Patrick was a son, a big brother, a Franklin and Washington High School student, a teammate, a participant in sports, fine arts, a Boy Scout, a believer. Patrick Kirimitros was born on March 21st, 1994, here in Cedar Rapids. He was the eldest sibling of 4 children, and he attended Franklin Middle School from 2005 through 2008. In June of 2010, Patrick suffered a fatal asthma attack and unexpectedly passed away. Patrick was very conscientious. He would work hard on his studies, but he was not an A student. He participated in multiple sports, but he was not an all-star athlete. He played the saxophone, but he was not a first-chair musician. What then, you may ask, was Patrick good at? Why are we honoring Patrick? Patrick was a true servant leader. He was a welcoming person who simply made others feel comfortable with who they were. He never ridiculed anyone and always built them up. He would go out of his way when needed. He prioritized his siblings over himself and truly was a model big brother. He was the first one to reach out to students when they came to Franklin. While at Arthur or at church, mid-year time, he was always there. Others talked about how he helped them with their homework, even skipping his own lunch to do so. His coaches consistently commented on his hard work, hustle, and fantastic attitude. His teammates admired him. Simply put, Patrick understood the most important thing was people and relationships. The Patrick Kirimitros Award honors Patrick's legacy by recognizing a male student who has consistently demonstrated outstanding character both in and out of the classroom. Patrick was a student with a lot of determination and dedication to school and the personal relationships he had with his classmates and teachers. Being a person of character was a choice that Patrick made on a daily basis, a lifestyle he embraced, and because of this, many lives were impacted in a positive way. This year has offered us a unique opportunity to recognize our students. Instead of choosing just one young man, we are able to recognize 2 male students, one for our in-person setting, and then another from our virtual setting. These 2 young men that have been chosen for this prestigious award exemplifies the characteristics that Patrick stood for each day of his life. It is my pleasure to present this memorial award to Cher Starr and Sintu Hall. Thank you.
eighth graders, or should I say freshmen. Your middle school experience was odd to say the least. If you take anything from it, let it be this. Grades and test scores do not define you, and they do not determine your personal worth. 10 years from now, it won't matter if you made a P or an E on that hard ELA test, but it will matter if you were kind to your peers and respectful to others. The type of adult you mold yourself to be does matter, and being a decent human being matters a lot. Make smart choices. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mrs. Fuss, and I am one of the 8th grade ELA teachers here at Franklin Middle School. It has definitely been a challenge as well as a privilege to work with all of you this year, thinking about how we've persevered through remote learning, in-person learning, virtual learning, and learning within our cohorts here at Franklin. It's been a year like no other, and I know we've all learned and gained experiences that we would not in a normal year. So my advice to you is to take with you what you learned this year. Life isn't going to be easy, so think about how you've persevered this year and the lessons you've learned, and use that as you accept and take on new challenges as high school students. It has been a privilege to get to know all of you this year, and I wish you all the best in high school.
This year has been uniquely overwhelming, difficult, and challenging. It has also been a blessing to work with so many kind and compassionate students and staff at Franklin. Thank you for making this year memorable, joyous, and special. Our learning environment is one I've come to appreciate and enjoy. I'm honored and grateful to see how so many of my students and peers keep going despite known and unknown difficulties. Their perseverance and fortitude inspires me daily. Learning to make mistakes, learn, forgive, and extend grace to each other and ourselves is the everyday bravery that changes the world. I look forward to how this generation of tolerant and hopeful students will make our future a better place.
I wanted to take a moment to recognize all of you for the extraordinary things that you have done this year. You have been asked as students and young adults to do so many new and different things. With frequent changes to the plan, and your ability to go with the flow has been nothing short of amazing. This year has provided you with opportunities to adapt and overcome a lot of different obstacles. Hopefully you've learned a lot about yourself. You have done an amazing job. Best of luck to you all in high school. Have a great summer and keep in touch.
Hi, Franklin 8th graders. You've been on an incredible journey over the last few years. If someone had told you at the start of 7th grade that you were about to miss 1/3 of the school year due to a pandemic, and that the following year you'd miss almost half of it where you'd be learning online due to a derecho, I'm sure you wouldn't have believed them. You probably wouldn't have been able to tell them what a pandemic or a derecho were. But nonetheless, here you are. You've made it. You've survived. And as you get ready to move on to high school, there's going to be a lot of new challenges ahead. But certainly, after all the things that you've already faced, those challenges can't seem to be that difficult anymore. It's been great getting to know some of you very, very well in my cohort. And it's also been nice getting to know others of you just barely as we meet online. Both ways, I hope that you've had a great time here at Franklin, and I hope that you have wonderful success in high school. Congratulations.
Can you finish the phrase, educated teens make? We'll get to that. Wow, what a journey we have been through. Because of the journey, you will all be more resilient and prepared to take on life's challenges as they present themselves, including all the peer pressure and decisions you are making or will be making as you continue with your journey into high school. Having said that, we've talked about being prepared. Peer pressure situations, remember when you are prepared with an educated response, you're less likely to be pressured. We discussed many important topics, including substance abuse and the dangers of addiction and poor decision making. We talked about how highly addictive vaping is and the dangers of vaping. We talked about teenage binge drinking. We talked about being prepared in uncomfortable situations and knowing your boundaries. Be prepared, be educated. It's important not to be a bully, but rather be accepting of all people, especially people who don't look like us or have the same interests. There are so many interesting people in the world. Embrace all and celebrate all. We are all here doing our best. When we celebrate all people, we live in a more accepting, positive world. Support one another always. And please know, I wish you the best life ever. And as always, I am just an email away if you ever want to reach out with guidance or just to say hi. Best wishes. Have a great high school experience. I have enjoyed being your teacher and coach. Thank you for all being amazing. And remember, educated teens make educated decisions.
The past 2 school years are ones that you will tell your kids, your grandkids, and possibly your great-great-grandkids. You'll tell them it was the highest of highs, no school for 3 months, and it was the lowest of lows, being in the same room with the same teacher every second of every day, of every week, well, you get the picture. I've heard people complain that students didn't learn as much as a normal year. That couldn't be farther from the truth. In addition to the regular curriculum, you learned how to use Google Classroom, how to meet virtually, do and turn homework in without ever picking up a pencil, and finally troubleshoot when problems arise. These newly acquired skills will serve you well in the future. Take care.
Christian Abercrombie, Salma Abu Halawa, Jemiah Adams,
Honey Anderson, Chloe Armon, Geneva Bond,
Peyton Bates, Cade Beck, Derek Bell,
Connor Bilo, Sophie Belts, Ariana Bettmeng,
Chauncey Bodden, Willa Bowman, Ariane Boyd,
Sinead Brennan Allen, Dylan Brenton, Deshaun Britt,
Araya Brown, Bridget Bukite, Jocelyn Bunce,
Benjamin Birch, Kiana Burke, Lucas Burkamper,
Maximilian Burrier, Jalen Butler, Tyler Callahan,
Lucas Carson, Martez Caesar, Ariana Clark,
Dalia Cloven, Giovanna Cole, Julian Contreras,
Sarah Corrigan, Delaney Costigan, Maggie Costigan,
Helen Cruzy, Matthew Cruzy, Trayvon Cunningham,
Ashton Darling, Cole Darling, Jaden Davis,
Evelyn Deal, Connor Doyle, Catherine Drapo,
Deirdre Duffy, Kavon Dwyer, Devin Earl,
Liliana Eilers, Sydney Eisenman, Dynasty Ellis,
Brianna Ellis, Kepler Engelman, Noah Evan Schwartz,
Caden Fenner, Jacquez Ferguson, Delise Fleetwood,
Grayson Foley, Jabrari Friend, Angelo Fry,
Madison Fuller, Isabel Gerke, Addison Gibbs Becker,
Amelia Gilbert, Manny Gonzalez, Xavion Greenwood,
Tamarian Gully, Sintu Hall, Isla Hamilton,
Mesa Hamilton, Gavin Hatchell, Lola Hawkins,
Willie Heidelberg, Abigail Herman, Adeline Hermanson,
Savannah Herney, Devon Heron, Alana Hill Baker,
Miles Hintz, Lucas Hobel, Maceo Holt,
Aiden Horn, Jordan Horn, Isaac Hotchkiss,
George Herder, Elizabeth Ironside, Kaylin Jeffords,
Lola Jennings, Parker Jensen, Elena Johnson,
Kalicia Jones, Deborah Julis, Calvin Kasparik,
Avery Keck, Lena Kell, Ava Kemper,
Joshua Katab, Armand Karana, Cameron King,
Michaela Chose, McKenna Knock, Ronan Koch,
Ryan Kelker, Alexia Kinnekane, Riley Koloff,
Shaley Kramer, Ariel Kermanek, Presley Christiansen,
Logan Lansing, Miriam Leggy, Dominic Leonard,
Evan Lewis, Brian Lee, Chad Lipkeman,
Swade Lowe, Alexia Lowry, Talia Luton,
Angelo Matlock, Prince Madhu, Jemiah Malone,
Delaney Mann, Lucas Martins, Madison Matheny,
Dominic McKernan, Sophia McLeod, T.T. Mellish,
Jersey Mertka, Anderson Miller, Jeremiah Miller,
John Moore, Jedrick Ewing, Carter Myers,
Kayla Knowles, Hannah Napier, Gerald Nelson,
Mackenzie Nealand, Shelby Novak, Carly O'Bannon,
Elijah Olson, Keaton Oltman, Molly Owens,
Hayden Parika, Lily Parsons, Maddie Pearsall,
Kalia Pledge, Journey Price, Harley Pyle,
Colton Rance, Devon Richmond, Sabrina Ritchie,
Damon Robinson, William Robinson Jr., Matthew Rotger,
LaMonica Ross, Mariah Rowland, Brooke Rao,
Brennan Russell, Calvin Russell, Nathan Ruth,
Daria Safranova, Natalie Salter, Evan Schmidt,
Cadence Scroggin, Jada Seals, Eli Saman,
Sabella Sharp, Jersey Schultz, Octavian Sidman,
Crystal Silver, Trinity Simmons, Charles Sindelar,
Asia Slaughter, Hannah Sophia, Austin Speedle,
Sher Starr, Leslie Stratman, Keenan Sullivan,
Ava Swires, Vivian Tarvestad, Lila Tate,
Emily Tattershaw, Emma Thielking, Lily Thompson,
Cole Trevino, Robert Tucker, Aiden Van D,
Anthony Van Slyke, Trajan Walton, Abigail Weber,
Skylar Wegmuller, Maxim Wehrman, Chloe Ware,
Lila White, Tashara White, Lane Weiss,
Jaden Wiggins, Abigail Wilcox, Kiana Williams.
Ryan Wilson, Addison Wolf, Ellie Ray,
Christian Wright. Ella Young. Wyatt Young. Robert Zahn.
On behalf of the staff members both at Franklin and throughout the district, I want to say thank you. Thank you for the grace and compassion you've shown in the most difficult of times. Your true character is revealed in the most difficult of times, and we couldn't ask for more than what you've given to us. In closing, and speaking of character, I have a sign in my office that I look at multiple times a day and want to share with you. The quote on the sign says, "Be careful what you think. Your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your character. Your character is everything." Continue to make those around you proud and let your experiences over the past year propel you forward to wonderful things. We can't wait to see what's next. Thank you, and take care, and have a great summer.